Oh, sorry, you broke up. I know I've seen you around before, but I don't know how to say your handle. No, mic problems or something. I still couldn't hear you. And Auntie, you just unmuted too.
Oh, what did you say? I'm sorry. What did you
I
ask?
just said a GM, and I'm really curious at how to say Teresa. Oh, Teresa, of course.
Hey.
GM.
Eh,
Well, Ivy, what's on the docket today?
Okay, so yeah, I was just asking Teresa earlier to introduce herself because it's my first time to see her in a call in the TEC. But yeah, her connection is breaking up. So maybe we can start the legal working group call and start with I think the intro question would be like what Santi used to ask everyone during the calls, like is what are your plans for the weekend? So I pass it to NT.
Great, thanks. The question was what's my plan for the weekend, right?
Yes.
I honestly I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. I might just hang out with some friends. Uh, yeah, not I don't have anything to do yet for the weekend. Isn't planned. With that, I'll pass it back to Griff.
Oh, this Discord thing is hard. Yeah, my plans for the weekend. I'm really excited. I was in Ecuador last year, so I'm in this little town called Vilcabamba, Ecuador, and was here last year. And when I was leaving, I kind of FOMO'd into a piece of land, like a small piece of land, so that I could get back into the country. And I've never owned land before, and honestly, I was always kind of against the idea, but NFTs opened my mind, and I kind of saw the small piece of land as a like utility NFT that would get me past the airport if I want to come back to Ecuador, you know? And and so I'm super stoked to check it out. I have like some friends stewarding the land, and they've been working on it for like almost a year, and have built all these cool trails and stuff. So I'm excited to see what it looks like. So I'm gonna go check out that piece of land tomorrow, and hang out with my friends in this town because I just got here on Monday and have been working like mad. So I haven't had a chance to like go see my old buddies. I'll pass it to you, Ivy.
Thanks, Griff. My plans for the weekend is I'm going on vacation next week, so I will be traveling tomorrow and Sunday. It's a long, it's far away from my home. Like we need to do I need to fly, and then there's like 6 hours land travel to get to my first destination. So that's the plan. And I pass it to Teresa. Maybe you can try. Oh no, we can't still hear you. Yeah, we'll get back to you later. And let's pass it to decentralized SDG. So the question is, what are your plans for the weekend?
Yeah, good to see you. Yes, the weekend is upon us. The weather here in Germany is unusually beautiful and warm, so it's really spring, and people come actually from all around the world for the cherry blossoms that bloom on my street. So the best time is before all the tourists come, which will be this weekend. So I'm gonna enjoy that. I'm also working on a presentation. I'm in this IT working group on digital currency, so I volunteered to make a presentation on DAO governance for DeFi protocols. That's going to be kind of interesting. And yeah, Griff, that's really cool. That's super cool, honestly. Yeah, I remember once sitting with this LexDAO colleagues, and they basically bought a piece of land that they got very cheap, and then they NFT. They were trying to show like how you would make a digital land registry, and they sort of NFT'd the deed, and we're working on sort of taking NFTs to that more legal level and trying to say that this would be a transferable property. You know, the holder of this NFT would have claim to or maybe you could say an easement or a right to stay there, or you could give all your workers some sort of, you know, limited right of use. I don't know, and you could time bar it. You know, you could say for so many months, and it needs to be renewed. I mean, it's all open question. It's very cool part of like digital and law. So, but that just sounds awesome to go. I would love to go to Ecuador and hang out in some cool place. Yeah, that sounds amazing. So, awesome. Want to hear more about that when you get back? Take some pictures. Over.
Will do.
Okay, yeah.
Also,
I think-
Ivy and I spoke last week. Just to jump in on the legal engineering side of the token engineering. Like we might, and I didn't do this. I just been busy, but was to maybe reach out to the Lexstyle people. I know they have a meeting in an hour. I was going to jump in their call, but like there might be some synergies with like not just legal in the side of like making sure the organization is legally sound. I actually recently saw this interesting legal discussion on incorporating in Guernsey because of it's a non-U.S. trust. It's something that I didn't. I think the Switzerland option is actually a better one. But but like thinking about legal engineering, like how we actually, you know, the smartest contracts, in smart contracting, you know, sort of like actually looking at legal documents and how they are transferred into Solidity contracts, basically, so that you know you don't have to know Solidity. You can read the written words in a contract in English or Spanish or whatever, and you would know that you feel fairly confident that that would be reflected in the actual instructions, the programmatic instructions. So I thought that's kind of a cool aspect of token engineering as well. So something just to flag. I'm going to meet with them in an hour anyway. I sit in their call, so I'll share any insights.
Thanks, Decentralized SDGs for that update. Okay, Teresa, for the last time, maybe you can try before we go to the agenda.
Yes. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Oh, great. Is that I realized my phone was connected to the microphone in the car, so it wasn't working well. Oh, hi. It's very nice to be here. Very nice to meet you. My name is Teresa. I'm a lawyer and Panamanian, but I live now in Mexico, so I work here. So I just want to jump to the legal calls and see how it can be helpful and know above. So it's nice to be here.
Nice to see you again, Teresa. Now I remember.
We met in the Taoist.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And I think it was the Panvala talk. It was like there was a panel on inclusion that Lauren was on. And I think we hung out after that.
Yeah, so it's great to be here. So I just wanted to hear the call. I was trying to come to the call for a couple weeks, but I wasn't able to. So I just want to see what are you guys doing and how can I help. So it's great to be here.
Welcome, Teresa, and we're very happy to have a lawyer in this call because for the longest time we haven't had a lawyer in the legal working group call. So we're happy you joined and welcome. Okay, so let's go to the agenda. I actually only have two things to share. Okay, let me just share my. Are you seeing my screen, guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
It's still loading for me. When I try to.
Oh no, I see it perfectly when you're moving around and everything.
The thing with when I share my screen on Discord, I can see my the cursor, so I don't know where I'm at. Okay, let me try it again. I don't know.
Do you want me to share screen?
Yes, please.
Sure.
Yes.
Let me get my window up here. Oh, actually, maybe I'm in the wrong notes. It says
Oh, I think
March 5th.
I think mine is working now. It's okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay, so for the first update, we finally finished the terms and conditions for submitting and challenging a proposal in the garden. So I already added to TEbook, and it's now being reviewed. So I'm waiting on probably Livia to approve this the text here in our TEbook. And yeah, and once this is approved, we'll add the link to this in our in the covenant in the gardens in TEC Gardens. The original plan is to ask the people to like to tick a box every time they submit or challenge a proposal in the gardens, but with the UI, it's not possible. So the solution is to just add the link to the TEbook once it's published to the covenant. So that's the update on this, and yeah, since so that's it. Do you have a question about this update? Anybody have questions?
If we want to make edits, what's the best way to do it? Is it through the Google Doc that does through Google Doc, or is there like
I think the Google Doc is the best place to add the edits, so we can see the version history and review the changes first before integrating them into the TEbook. So it's available in the agenda document. If anybody has suggestions to revise in this in the terms and conditions.
Yeah, so I don't know, Teresa, if you have any interest, but it would always be beneficial if we kind of wing this one a little bit. So if you put your legal eyes on this before we publish it, it would make us all feel better.
Question. These are the terms and conditions for when you submit a proposal to get money.
Yeah, and
Okay.
and also there's this thing where you can challenge a proposal that has been submitted. So when you make a proposal for money, you have to put down a deposit, and if your proposal doesn't meet the criteria of the covenant of the DAO. So like if you're saying, for instance, a classic problem is, hey, let's take all the money out of the DAO and send it to a multi-sig of all the people who vote yes on this proposal, right? Or send it to and have it split to all the people who vote yes on this proposal, right? So the incentive is you vote yes on this proposal so you can get your money out of the dying DAO. But that would be explicitly against the covenant. So the person who made that proposal would get challenged by another person who puts up money. And that challenge could be judged by a decentralized court that we work with called Celeste. So there's like this multi-party experience, and people are putting up money, and if they don't meet the terms, then that money can be taken from them by other community members.
Well, that's great. And I have a question regarding this. I'm not familiar with Celeste, but I'm familiar with Gleros. I don't know if you guys have heard about Gleros.
Yeah.
So I mean, it works similar. And I have a question. For example, when you grant a proposal, like you send me, is there also this option where like the funds are not completely transferred if like who gave the money is not like okay with the result or not? It only like stands with the first part.
Yeah, so there is an escalation. There's like an appeal process in Celeste, for sure. But
Okay.
Celeste has its own terms and stuff like that. The main focus is informing the user that if they stick, 200 TEC, which is like, $500 right now, behind a proposal, and that proposal doesn't meet our covenant, that their money can be taken by a random community member. And also, if they make a proposal and they get challenged, even if it is according to the covenant, if they don't respond, that money can be taken.
Okay, great. I understand. I have another question. Sorry about that. The
Yeah.
other day I joined the SubGov goal. It was great. I've been loving that group, and we're actually debating about the accountability that people that submit a proposal and get a grant, well, not a grant, but get like the money, they should like it should be like a standard for you to like fulfill certain things. Is this part of the term and conditions or not? Just like to like keep up, like keep track of like, hey, I've been doing this for the past month with the money you gave me. Is this part of the terms and conditions, or is this something you would like to add or not? Because what we're saying, like that's like a limbo, like because like of course like part of decentralization is just like to be able to like do it maybe at your own pace without like that like imposing from the group like, hey, you have to do this. But I want to see where do you guys stand in this position?
So I think that's like a separate cause. So there's like because we are going to change the covenant, I think SoftGov has some ideas of things they want to add, and that would be like we just want to add this one little link from the legal group, but hey, if we're changing the covenant, we're opening a can of worms. So I'm sure a lot of people are going to have suggestions, but I'd say that's out of scope for us. That's more of a SoftGov.
Yeah, I
Okay,
was just
great.
going to jump in. I think one solution there is like, of course, having it legally sound so it's clear to the parties what the rules of engagement are. But then in SoftGov, it would be probably help the legal certainty and accountability if there was a form. Because I see like proposals are coming in there's no actual structure. So it would probably be well served that there's some form that they complete so that there's a structured and very standardized way of presenting a proposal, and one of those fields could be deliverables, deadlines, et cetera, so that you can kind of hold them to account, so you don't have to wait till the very end to see if it like was a success or not. But it's a soft guide.
Yeah, we talked about like self-imposed metrics on the template for the forum proposal, which I guess would be something similar to what you're talking about.
Yeah, and I think these terms and conditions are mainly focused on using the gardens, and we also added a statement here that these are also bound by the covenant. So if there are any changes in the covenant, that will still be this document will still be valid since we mentioned something about the covenant. And regarding the accountability. On the transparency side, we are also planning to include it in the audit to track the progress of the projects that receive funding by submitting a proposal. So yeah. So yeah, is there anything else about the topic that you want to share?
I would just, I think the only thing I would say is this is the last chance to make edits to these terms and conditions, right? So I would say take it async if you're interested, and after this 2-week period, it's over. So, and it's going in. So hopefully we're not screwing ourselves and that it's all makes sense.
Griff, I have a quick question. Do you need, because I actually tried to become a keeper in Celeste, and I don't know, I did the Bright ID verification, went on the meeting, and I don't know, it still doesn't work. But like but if you're just challenging, do you need to have a Bright ID, or is that only
No.
for the keepers?
Only for the keepers.
Only for the
if you're
keepers.
challenging,
Okay, then you don't have to put it in the term. Okay, that's cool. I get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you're challenging, you need money.
You need money,
That's
not okay. You just need a wallet. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's cool though. I'm sorry, being a keeper didn't work. That sucks. But
I'm gonna try to figure
they're
it out. I don't know what's wrong with that Bright ID. It just either, I don't know, for whatever reason it didn't sync. I mean, I
you know
haven't
what?
verified-
You might have to. So, Bright ID has this funny thing that people don't know, but you have to have a subscription. So like, you might have to just join and connect it to another application. Like, have you ever connected it to Gitcoin?
No, and I just did I should have done that because actually I would have gotten a better bounce on I contributed to Common Stack, and I was, I would have, but it actually multiplied incredibly. I was so impressed. But I would have got more bounce if I did that. Yeah, I'll try that. That's a cool.
So so there's this weird thing with Bright ID where you have to the applications have to have this currency called subscriptions, and if they don't, then first time users can't use their application. So Gitcoin is one of the ones that actually went and bought subscriptions from Bright ID, and then they can onboard new users. And then once you're onboarded to Gitcoin, then you can actually use your Bright ID anywhere.
Anywhere. Okay, and then I get, because I do want to be a keeper. It looks super cool, actually. So, all right, cool.
Maybe you have to get verified as well. I don't like.
I did. I went to one of these like party. They have these like Bright ID verification parties. So you like prove you're human, and then you show your QR.
But do you have the check mark?
Yeah, I did. I got one.
Okay.
One achievement. 1 out of 9. It's pretty low.
Does anyone else have a Bright ID? I mean, I know. I'm sorry, Ivy's like, damn it, we were supposed to just have a hack session, but maybe it's worth getting doing a quick Bright ID verification party. I don't think I'm connected to you, Decentralized.
No, I don't have. I only have one person. It was a random person on the thing. I can.
You're probably a Sybil. Here.
Yeah, I'm a Sybil. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, totally.
We can make a quick group. So if you guys want to be if you want to all Bright ID verify, just scan my QR code and we can all be verified.
I gotta scan yours. Hold on.
Yeah. And if
it's getting there.
I don't know, NT or Ivy.
Already known.
Already known. Oh, good.
Oh yeah.
Are you in on this, NT?
Met you a few times.
Ivy?
Yeah, I'm already verified.
On my side.
Nice. Well, and we can strengthen our verification.
I guess I can say, I don't know if I already know.
You have to have an account already, right?
Yeah, no, I mean you have to have the app. But the nice thing is if you guys all scan this QR code, then we'll all be connected to each other. So it's like a group connection. So like actually decentralized, they don't have to scan your QR because if they scan mine, then Isaac, huh? Wow.
Yeah, that's my real name.
I learned something today. Okay, sorry about that, Ivy.
No worries. Can we proceed to the next topic? Okay. So, I mean, before we proceed, so if you have any other suggestions to the terms and conditions, just add them to this document, and I will integrate those changes in the Gitbook. So the next topic, I think this has been ongoing for several think calls already, and I'm sorry I haven't finalized this yet, but I have some updates. So I already synced with Santi, the previous legal working group steward. So yeah, so I still have to update this based on I think we have a template for submitting a funding proposal, so I'll just add those sections later. But the first question is like this amount, Griff. Santi is asking, I asked Santi first if he feels this would be enough for the previous contributors. Just so everybody knows, I don't know if others are aware. So in this funding proposal, we'll be requesting 10,000 wrapped XDAI to have to secure an emergency fund in case we need legal external support, because you know how it goes in the TEC. Like if we don't want to wait for a few days, for some days until a proposal gets passed when we urgently need a lawyer, for the TEC. So we want to have this 10,000 wrapped XDAI available anytime we encounter a legal issue in the TEC. So that's the first part of this proposal. And then the other part of the proposal is requesting funding for a retroactive bonus for for the contributors in the past who helped us with a lot of legal documents. So I synced with Santi last week to because he knows who contributed in the previous document. So he gave me the names here. So there's the Steward, Griff, and then Sean, who has reviewed a lot of almost everything, and even the terms and conditions for submitting and challenging the proposal. He's the last person who reviewed it. And then these are the other legal contributors that we had in the past. So we also listed down here their contributions, so everybody knows what they worked on, and we can decide on how we want to distribute the retroactive bonus. So this will be the distribution, the 30%. And I noticed that.
Can I give mine back? I really don't think I don't need it.
Yeah,
I appreciate the contributor, but I have enough TEC.
Okay. So yeah, actually, Santi thought that you would just give back your retroactive bonus, and he said that this 30% can be distributed between the steward, the previous steward, and Sean, because they've done most of the work in the legal documents in the past. But if you have other suggestions on how to use this portion, okay? Or yeah.
I like that. Well, let's see. So it's 30%, 30%, and 10% to these three. Maybe it's more like. Did Pablo really do that much?
Just not a lot, not so much.
Like Marina and Anya, I think did more than Pablo.
Okay.
Like.
Because I wasn't able to. I wasn't joining legal calls yet when Anya and Marina were contributors, so I have no idea how about their contributions.
I would say they easily did twice as much, if not 3 times as much as Pablo. So let's see, 30, 60, let's say if we do 40, 40. And I mean, Ivy, by Steward, does that mean it's split between you and Santi?
No, this is only for Santi.
Why not you?
Because I already get compensated in the from the Steward working group.
If you say so.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I would give a little bit extra to Sean, because he really brought in so much expertise. Let's see, 40. So, we'll do 45. That's 85. That's what I would do.
Does it total to 100? Let me just double check.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. Okay. So yeah, and for the amount that we'll be requesting, so okay, 2,000 wrap next day. So yeah, those are the only two information that I would need for this to be posted in the forum. But I think someone, I can't remember who added this part in this funding proposal, but my answer to this question is like we still have pending issues on Zenhub. And I also synced with Santi because it was Santi who opened most of these issues for legal working group. And according to him, these documents are not required or not must-haves, but on the legal perspective, these are important. You know, these are important to have, but not necessary. So right now, we don't have contributors to work on these documents. So I'm not including it yet to this proposal because I feel like this proposal needs to get in the forum and the gardens as soon as possible so we'll be able to secure the 10,000 wrap X die. And then the suggestion from one of the previous calls is to have if in the event that we need additional funding for the other documents, then we'll just send a new proposal. If someone wants to take on this issues, these documents. So
yeah, and we might be able to do it through just rewards too.
So you mean we don't need to? So if they want to take on these issues, they'll get compensated through the reward system and not the gardens.
I mean that it's an option. It's an option.
Mm-hmm.
Especially for like, it depends. If it's someone with legal expertise that says, I'm going to do these things, then yeah, hell yeah, let's do it. But, you know, if someone just wants to take on these options and throw something out and then we can bring it into this call and cool lawyers like Teresa that come in and people with other expertise like decentralized SDGs, then and we review it, then it's cool.
I would like to check them out and see if I can be of help with those documents, if that's okay.
Hell yeah, it's okay.
So, okay, cool. So should I just tag this as for contributors?
Yeah.
I'll do it now. And I think I will just update this issue that anyone who wants to take this on can reach out to me so I can explain better what these issues are. Though I think, yes, or maybe I can explain it now quickly if anybody is interested from this group. So for this document, my understanding is, we already have a working document for this, I believe, but it hasn't progressed yet. So this is for these are like the standards how we want to deal with with using the third party applications. So like for example YouTube and Twitter and the other third party applications that we use, how we want to build the standards for using this third party applications. And then the other one, the legal implications of revenues coming to DAO. If we will, I don't know, Griff, what are the possible revenues that we will get apart from the bonding curve, and we might want to explore or check what will be the legal implications of those revenues, but I don't know what exactly what will be like the revenue streams that we're looking at apart from the bonding curve.
I think a couple scenarios that we'd want to see is like, okay, let's say that we throw a conference and we get a percentage of each ticket that is bought back, right? Or we start a company that does token engineering consulting and feeds money back into the DAO. Are these things possible? You know, like, is there something we would have to worry about if profits from an organization go into our DAO?
Okay.
Have you seen what they're doing in Kali DAO?
No.
So what they've done is it's a little bit legally, I mean, it's an interesting way they're doing it. They're basically creating these series LLCs, which are Delaware companies, and the DAO is sort of the holder of this series LLC. And the nice thing about series LLCs is you don't have to file paperwork, you just have to meet the requirements. And it's like, reporting. But blockchain actually makes it really nice because all actions are captured. Well, the actions, if you capture them properly on chain, their argument is that it would meet the requirements of the series LLC, which gives some legal protection because it's like a limited. So that might be an option if you wanted to have a spin-off company that then is also sort of the owner of that company is the DAO. And they sort of set those up.
Do you have a link to that?
Yeah, I have. I'm on their Discord. Let me see if I can figure out.
That's super cool. I mean, it'd be amazing to get that as a comment in this issue. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll throw it in the. I'll get the link and I'll send it in the. I'll put it in the legal chat.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so yeah, that's the other issue, and then the other one is content ownership. If I remember, we don't have a working document here yet. Okay, so this one is for what's the best way on how to own the content. For example, we have a contributor who added some who helped with the smart contract, or who made the terms and conditions, for example, for submitting the proposal. Let's say it's and then this contributor. So the terms and conditions the terms and conditions is now supposedly owned by TEC, right? It's a TEC terms and conditions. But then the contributor who wrote the terms and conditions suddenly decided to leave the TEC, and he said that no, you can't use this content anymore. So this issue is, how do we want to deal with those scenarios? So yeah.
Regarding this, sorry, did you finish?
Yeah. Yes.
No, as that I was actually talking to Edu about he's a steward at Comunitas, and we're talking about things. And one of the things the topic mentioned was the DAO contributor agreement. Because he actually sent me the link to like basic DAO contributor agreement. You guys give contributors, and I just wanted to first of all, wanted to ask if everyone signs this or not, and if this is like a common practice, and like there's like a track, and like people like sign this, and like this are kept. And the second part regarding what you were saying about the content, a common practice that happens in DAOs is that once you sign this this DAO contributor agreement, what happens is that it recognizes that all the things you did, you're like the, and I'm not sure about the word in English, but in Spanish it's derechos morales, like you're the inventor or the creator or still, and then who owns the patrimoniales, like the grants to use it, it's tech in this case, and that okay, and that you can keep like your moral, I don't know how to say it in English, but like your benefits of being the creator of this, it's going to be recognized and everything, but you grant a license, like a use license, a free use license to tech. I don't know if that makes sense, but I do think that should be established in the DAO contributor agreement in case you guys have one. Well, I did see it, but it's not included there, but shows like a point I wanted to add.
Thanks, Teresa. I totally agree with what you said. Like, having this agreement is important. But my question for these documents, how do we say that these documents are valid? Like, does it need to get signed? Who signs that agreement? And yeah.
Like for DAOs, basically, like there is some legal, like something like there is one legal entity who legalizes this stuff. Like my friend had shared it. I'll just check it out. Like, yeah, I'll just share it basically. Just a second.
Thanks, RX. Where are you going to share it?
I'll like share it to you basically. I'll DM you.
Okay.
I'll DM Griff or else. Yeah. Okay. I'll DM both of you.
Okay, thanks. So yeah, if any one of you would like to take on this issue, just drop a comment here. And if you need access to TC GitHub or Zenhub, you can also reach out to me, and I can add you to the TEC repository. So I think so. Those are the pending issues, and we are the options for compensating would be the rewards or submitting a funding proposal to the gardens. Okay, so I just want to go back to the funding proposal. I think, the other point that I want to discuss is how do we want to manage the funds. So the suggestion is to have a multi-sig wallet on Gnosis. If nobody objects to that idea, I want to ask you, Griff, or anybody who should be able to sign so the fund will go through when we need it, or do we have other options for managing the legal funds? You're muted. Okay. Okay, so yeah.
Oh, there it is. I don't know why Discord was just frozen for me. Yeah, I think that we should just aim for a 3 of 5 multi-sig. I know decentralized has been around here for a long time. I don't know if you'd be interested in being on it. Me, you, and Ivy. Other people, I'm sorry, like, you haven't been around that long, and so it'd be nice. Maybe we could add you guys later if you actually start taking on and participating. But and maybe we try to get a couple other stewards just to steward the funds.
So are you any of the folks, are you on Radical Exchange? Basically, like Radical Exchange is a big community for DAOs and everything.
Hmm?
Anyone is on Radical Exchange basically?
I've been around the community, but I don't know what you mean.
Okay, yeah. So whatever your problems are, so can you just list it into me like in DM, like whatever problems are of token engineering, like I'll just try if I can solve any one of them.
What? I
Like
think
uh,
this
like
is out of context, man. I don't know what you mean.
like like uh, like 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 you need like for legalizing and everything, like license, you people are talking about something, no, right now, like.
Oh, well, we have these issues on GitHub. Maybe we could send you links to these issues in GitHub that we're still looking to address. That's probably
Okay, okay, okay.
the best thing to do. Yeah, but on the multi-sig topic, decentralized, would you be interested in that, or would you prefer not to?
Yeah, I'm already working on a lot of like 2 or 3
Oh,
projects. So
RX,
No, I
I'm
would.
really sorry. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
go
I would
ahead.
definitely take responsibility if, with the other group of people. It'd be my honor.
Cool,
Cool.
cool.
Okay. And okay,
yes,
so
yes. What you are saying?
we're talking about the multisig wallet for managing the fund of the legal working group. So we just need a few people to add to our multisig. So it's gonna be Griff, me, and Decentralize, and maybe a couple of stewards to manage the fund for the legal working group. So okay, and yeah, and then for tracking the fund, I still have to check how we want to do it because I don't because there's no no active I mean in this proposal it's just gonna be the contingency fund and the retroactive bonus. So we can for once the funds are moving, we can probably just post in the forum if the retroactive bonus has been sent to the previous contributors, and if and also for the contingency fund, we'll probably have a document to track those expenses if we need to use them. But I hope we don't come to that point when we need to use the contingency fund. So yeah, so that's for the funding proposal. I will just check the template in the forum on if we covered everything, and then I think the next step for this Griff is to post it in the advice process, right? And before we post it in the gardens. And do you know how long do we have to wait in the advice process before we can post it in the to the gardens?
Actually, technically, right now there's no formal period, but I would say I think 5 days is a good standard.
Okay. So yeah, I'll post it in the forum, and then after 5 days, if nobody objects, then I'll just add it to the gardens, and I'll let you know, guys, when it's ready, so you can all vote for the proposal. So yeah, I think we have covered all the topics in the agenda. And I don't know, does anybody wants to share something or discuss? So we
I guess I want to give RX the floor to go a little deeper. I'm sorry for interrupting you before RX, but it was like kind of we were talking about something else. But maybe can you tell us more about what you're coming from with Radical Exchange and what you're trying to like what your intentions are with because we would love to bridge with the Radical Exchange community, but before it was just out of context.
No, like for Radical Exchange, like you can just for token engineering, like you can get into like basically like token engineering. You provide token engineering to for like different DAOs, like different DAOs basis, or like some of so like some are from real estate, so like there can be some use of salsa for it, psych. So like for salsa, and like even there is like radical entries, even there is radical antitrust, so like you can just provide some ethics tools, like you can use, like you can basically use ethics for legal and token engineer basically.
So, like, does Radical Exchange have some kind of token engineering group or subgroup? Or is that what you mean?
No, radical exchange doesn't have that group, so I like if like if you people need it, like I'll just recommend them this stuff, like.
Yeah. I sit on their Telegram sometimes. They're quite active there, but do they have a Discord?
Yes, they have a Discord.
They have a Discord. Okay, that's cool. I'll check that out. Yeah.
They're not that active on Discord as well.
Okay, yeah. I know they're quite active on Telegram. I actually had to mute them because it's discussion.
Cool. Well, maybe we pass it around for final thoughts, Ivy. Does that sound good?
Yep.
So for me, man, I just want to say, Teresa, it's such a pleasure to see you here again and see you continuing to jump around the community. It's super cool. And we really want to, anything that you need, you can feel free to DM me or Ivy. I think I can speak for Ivy on this, and we will support your efforts to get integrated. And yeah, decentralized. Thank you so much for jumping into the multisig. That's super cool. And I think that we should probably ask Zepti and Wonka first to see. I feel like Wonka being gravity, kind of in the legal realm, might be a good choice, and Zepti from transparency. And then if one of them says no, then maybe we go down this list that I made on the legal doc. And yeah, let's get this multi-sig up. It's super cool. And and the other thing that I wanted to add was that we should really distribute it as TEC tokens as opposed to RepDexDec for the retroactive bonus. And I'll pass it to Decentralize.
Yeah, thank you, Griff. And no, it really would be an honor to take on some more responsibility. And I like that, as I said, the Kali DAO is something very interesting and novel. And I think there was recently this memo put out by President Biden in the U.S. There's a lot of interesting developments in Europe, and it all looks quite favorable in sort of. I think basically we're on the right track. Staying ahead of the regulation is always wise, and so I've been monitoring that. I think it's very interesting. It looks positive, and it's really just trying to weed out some of the bad actors. So we're not even close. I mean, we're zero. It's the opposite. So anyway, no, cool to be here. I really love this group. As I said, I'm gonna try to sit in the Lextel next hour, and they're doing a lot of, like I said, on the actual implementation of from legal to the Solidity actually, but I think it could apply to any programming language on different chains. So very cool stuff, and yeah, look forward to the next call. See you. Enjoy Ecuador.
Do you want to pass it to someone, Decentralized?
Yeah, actually, it was RX, I think, from Radical Exchange. Yeah, over to you.
No. I'm not from Radical Exchange. I'm not from their team. I was just talking about it. Like it can just help you people out. So basically I want to talk on Ukraine. So like you people are comfortable or else like not.
Love to hear your
Ukraine.
thoughts.
Basically, like there is one Discord server of Ukraine, and there are a lot of Telegram groups, but I have a Discord server of Ukraine, so it is of like Alona basically. Like at least you guys can provide them moral support basically.
I think that's an interesting topic on the proposal inverter, which I unfortunately missed the last sort of params discussion on that. But those are topics, right, for the proposal inverter, because it could be like ways to show solidarity with DAOs or more joint actions. I think that's what its intention is, right, Griff?
So like we can use our legal and token engineering, like we can just help and level their Ukraine DAO, basically like whatever how their fundraisers really work. And so can we tweak some stuff, and like can we help them out a bit more?
To check out Giveth if you're looking for fundraising opportunities.
Yeah, like I've shared that link to Griff. So like yes, no big deal. And if anybody has like some mental health professionals who can speak Ukrainian or else Russian, so like mental health professionals or else like doctors or anything, like you can just ask them to DM me, or else like my email ID is like rushilparakwan@gmail.com. Like yes, like they need help of mental health professionals and even doctors as well. Yeah, can speak Ukraine, basically Ukrainian or else like Russian. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you're muted, Griff. All right, so let's pass it to Teresa.
Well, I'm very happy to be here, as I said before, and I just love the legal side of everything. It's just like, I mean, like it's just like kind of like so interesting to like be part of like developing a new area of legal in Web3, because like as decentralized was saying, like right now, like the thing is just like to see what's happening in different legislations and see how can you accommodate your DAO or your project or everything to make it safe and that it's like reasons what's just interesting. It's a great place to be in the legal area. So I'm happy to be with you guys, and I'll text you Ivy. I don't know if you prefer Ivy or Ivy. Sorry. And yeah, I'm just happy to be on board.
Cool. Thanks, Teresa. Yeah, it's Ivy, and I pass it to Auntie. Your final thoughts.
Okay, thanks. Well, I don't really have much insight in the legal things. I guess I just enjoyed the conversation. There were some points that just made some sense and that we as the TC should take care of. Yeah, not much to say really. I'll pass it now to Ratio. I think he hasn't talked yet.
Yeah, I really also do not have much to say. I'm supposed to be was set up to go to labs today, but labs was canceled. So, Griff, if you can work your mojo and kind of like, I don't know, pull teeth and tell them to reschedule their labs to a different hour than legal. Actually, it's my second time in the legal working group in the session, so I enjoy it. I don't know how much I can bring to it, but I do like the conversation as well. Thanks. I'll pass it back to Ivy.
Thanks, Rachel. I think this is one of the most productive calls that we've had in the past few weeks, and we have enough people to have this interesting discussion, and I'm very happy about that. So, and just the last thing I want to say is, like, if you're the open issues that we have in Zenhub, I mean, if you don't have the legal expertise, you can still contribute and start working on those documents, and we can find the legal experts, or maybe Teresa can review the work that you want to you will contribute to the legal working group. So yeah, just feel free to take on the issues, even if you don't have a legal expertise, because we'll be also reviewing them as a team in this call. So yeah, those are my last thoughts. So and thanks again for coming to this call, and see you again in the next after 2 weeks.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Guys, bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.